Welcome to the Arqi Kroma, the world's only waterproof colour wheel with an integrated value finder, colour thesaurus, colour mixer and 6 harmony maker. Each of these colour wheels comes in a recycled, thick cardboard storage case, which also has full instructions on the reverse. On the front disc we can see the colour mixing tool, the colour thesaurus, and the value finder. We can also see information on colour theory. Things like definitions of colour itself, the hue, the value, intensity, saturation, and what exactly primary, secondary and tertiary colours are. These small windows are the colour mixing wheel. They show you the resulting mix of the colour of the plus symbol next to the window, with the opposing pure colour on the outer ring. In this way, every pure colour on the outer ring can be mixed with red, yellow, blue, white and black. Let's have a look at a few examples. I want to mix the pure colour yellow-green. To see its mix with red, we turn the window with the red plus symbol so that it's opposite, like so. The colour in the window is the resulting colour mix. The same technique is used to see the mixture with yellow, blue, white and finally black. Next we can see the colour thesaurus. This is a carefully compiled group of 80 descriptive words for things based on primary colours. For example, things based on red can be described as russet or ruby or sanguine. Things based on blue, for example, can be described as steely or celestial or ethereal. You get the idea, and there are many more. It's good to understand colour theory, but it's also good to be able to describe colours with a rich vocabulary. To use the value finder, match up the holes of the value finder on the front disc, the hole in the second disc, and the thin column at the bottom of the harmony maker disc. There you go. Now you have a value finder. Let's try a few examples to see how to use this value finder. In this example, we are going to analyse the luminosity of a statue of an elephant. We place a value finder over it and discover which value of grey matches the wood colour. You see how important it is now that we see through the value finder. In this example, I'd say it's a half tone, or 50% luminosity, or value 5 on a grayscale of 10. If you work or would like to work in design, this value finder will be extremely useful. This is because more harmonious combinations of elements are made by having colour palettes with equidistant luminosities. I hasten to add that value finders normally cost nearly as much as the entirety of this colour wheel. The next function of this colour wheel is the harmony maker. It's probably my favourite. There is a selection of 6 harmonies with their written definitions and also helpful illustrative diagrams around the wheel. Choose the harmony name you wish to explore. Find a window outlined with this name. Then decide which colour you want to explore and move this outline window to that colour. All the other windows with that harmony name written in the outlines shows the resulting harmony. Just to make it a little easier, the outlines are colour-coded too. It's that simple. Let's use some examples. Let's say you want to know which colour is complementary for green. Find the window outlined with complementary. Here it is. It is also colour-coded with grey, by the way. Move it to the pure colour green, like so. Now we can see the only other window with complementary outlined is on red. Red is therefore the complementary of green. The great thing about a harmony maker is that it allows you to really experiment with colours. Let's use a real world example. Personally, I love to paint landscapes. Let's say I'm painting a hillside with some rocks in the distance. Grass is a big part of the scene, so I'd like to explore harmonies of yellow-green. Let's say a triadic harmony, but it can be any one of the 6. So, we find the window outlined by the name triad, and move it so it sits on the pure colour yellow-green, like so. We can now see the other 2 windows with triad outlined show the resulting harmony. In this case, yellow-green is in a triadic harmony with red-orange and blue-violet. This is where the inner circle of tint, tones and shades comes in really handy. These are basically the pure colours plus white, grey and black, and it's a way of just fleshing out your palette choices. In our example of a landscape, with our harmony palette of yellow-green, red-orange and blue-violet, I'd be tempted to add a little white to the red-orange to create a tint. Then add this tint a little bit to the green grass. I think it would create grass that is a lot richer than simply pure green. I also add the blue-violet to the rocks in the distance. Not a lot, probably quite a small amount, but rocks are generally grey or dark, so maybe mixing the blue-violet with grey to create a tone would make a nice effect. And that's how this harmony maker works. But I stress it doesn't have to be only for painting. It can work for web design, Kroma architecture, quilt design, and even nail design. The principles remain the same, whatever field you're in. To finish off, I'd like to talk about some of the other interesting, unique features of this colour wheel. Your perception of colours is changed quite a lot by placing them next to pure white or pure black. You can try this. This is why, wherever necessary, the colours on this colour wheel are either fully surrounded or have at least one part outlined in a neutral grey. The handy notches in this disc really help your fingers grip it, because this disc has to move 360 degrees. Every colour on this colour disc is referenced in RAL, Pantone and hexadecimal. This might not be useful for everybody, but if you use this colour wheel for any type of design, choosing paint for example, web design, it's really useful. The middle fixing is super strong. It's built to last a lifetime. Lastly, I want to show you how hard wearing this Arqi Kroma colour wheel is. I'm applying pencil, felt tip, biro and industrial paint to it, and then wiping it off. Thank you so much for watching. I designed and manufactured this colour wheel because I'm as passionate about art, design and colour as you are. E-commerce is pretty cutthroat, and quite often sellers leave poor reviews to protect their sales, so I'd be so grateful if you could leave me a review if you like my product. Thanks again, and I wish you all the success in your projects.